It came back, second series of this, really by popular demand. You weren't planning on doing it, but the first series and book everybody loved, wanted more of it. So you've gone travelling back around the world to kind of find these superfoods or discover the reason why people seem to live longer in different areas.
There's parts of the world where people live longer, more productive, happier lives than your average Joe. And I'm really fascinated by that. And for the last 2 years, I've been travelling around. This year we got to Jeju Island in Korea. Korea has some of the lowest obesity in the world. And you start looking at the kind of the lifestyle, and you start looking.
What are they doing?
Well, you start looking at their pantry of everyday dishes that we all have, and you start realising that there's these things that keep cropping up, like obviously, because it always comes back to this, loads of fruit and veg. Beans. But they do it in dynamic, cool ways. They don't do it because it's worthy or it's polite or you should do. They do it because it's cool. And do you know what I mean?
Is that where the woman was that was 117 years old?
When you get to sort of like 70 plus, especially in women, it's osteoporosis, flexibility, bone density. And of course, if you rewind, it's all about diet. So, you know, I think this food should be a joy, and food can be in our lives in any way.
How much of what you saw there, the people that you met, the recipes that you were a part of, can you translate into a book and get the right ingredients?
Well, with the book, it's quite... The nice thing about a book is that it can say something. Whether it's comfort food or, you know, money-saving meals or, do you know what I mean, or 15-minute meals. And for this, it was like, here's a safe place for the British public to be inspired, and it's all covered. It's all nutritionally balanced. It's all, you know, under a certain kind of calorific, you know, under 400 calories for breakfast, under 600 for lunch and dinner, leaving you loads of latitude to do whatever you need to do.
Dinner,
And I think, like, British people, all people love a safe place. So that's what I did in the book. And I think last year, I had a good go. I was really proud of it. And you're trying to create people, you know, looking at food in a slightly different way. But they kind of demanded that we came back with it, and I think I'd almost not gone basic enough. So in a way, we've kind of gone, you know, we've got mac and cheese, you know, shepherd's pie, a burger. You know, how can you have a burger that's actually signed off healthy? So it takes time.
You've sort of adapted your own lifestyle to living and eating like this. You sort of say you have 4 days on of sort of eating healthily like this, if you want to call it healthily. But you've got a big family. You know, you've got 5 kids.
Yes. Like, if you're a parent and you're conscious of it, like, you're already up there. And I think, you know, kids... Humans, animals, we will play any card that you can to get around stuff. Food's very emotional. And I think really it's having tricks up your sleeve, having excuses to get the good stuff in them. I mean, I can literally put fruit down as a kind of dessert and they go, nah, not having it. And then you go, do you want a milkshake? And they go, yeah. And they just put it in a liquidizer with some milk. And some ice, and then they drink it all. So, you know, it's nuts. You know, somehow my wife convinced my kids that frozen peas were sweets.
That's clever.
I've never heard of that one before, but it worked. So I think, but more to the point, have fun with food. I've never met a kid that won't eat something if they've grown it and cooked it, ever, in any country. So I think, you know, when you sort of stand back and look at Superfoods, you look at the campaigning, it's about how do you make food important culturally, how do you make food important in schools, school dinners. It's just finding excuses to get kids streetwise about food, really, and of course parents as well.
And are you sort of done now with the...
I think we're done. I need to be taken to a vet and I need to be spaded.
How is it? Are you exhausted?
Yes. Is that the right word?
Spade.
Yeah.
Spade.
Oh, spade, sorry.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Maybe if they spaded, it's more thorough. You know, sorry.
That's it for you? I mean, you exhausted?
No, I think we're done. I really do.
And just to finish, said we're going to ask you. I mean, the rumours were all there. It was in the papers.
The Bake Off?
Bake Off.
Interesting. Yeah, it went massive, didn't it?
Yeah.
Very, well, I think I didn't know anything about it, and I haven't been asked to do any kind of work on it. And the interesting thing will be, well, what happens next? You know, does the presenters come with it? Do they? I mean, everyone's very much involved.
Well, we know that Mel and Sue are not going to go with it, so and if Mary and Paul didn't go,
well, I hope they do.
And someone phoned you up, if they phoned you up, would you?
I haven't got the time to do it, so I couldn't do it if I wanted to do it. I mean, I would get massive credibility if I was on the Bake Off.
From the kids? From
my kids would be like, finally, Dad, you're doing something.
I mean, this is kind of good.
Useful with
This is kind of good what we've done.
Oh, bless. And I do love Mary. Mary is such a legend.
She is,
But I think actually, you know, it's in good hands. I'm sure something good will happen with it. People are clearly very protective over it. And it's a show that I sit down with my whole family and watch.
Well,
For more of the same, just click here. And don't forget, you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
You need to know the facts about when your body's at its prime, when it's at its optimum age to recreate.
Well, the only thing they teach at school is how not to get pregnant.
Exactly.
That's what you do. You spend your whole life.
You know, I don't want to I know, and you spend your entire life, and I still was into my early 30s, thinking, oh, I can't get pregnant, can't get pregnant. And then one day, you suddenly go, gosh, I really want children. And then, you know, it's a complete, it flips the whole thing on its head.